Hello, Lauren. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. I sort of feel like I'm talking to like a celebrity because I've been stalking you on Instagram for so long, and I've developed somewhat of a girl crush for you, you see. So I'm trying to hold it together. For those of you who are watching, the reason why I've developed girl crush on Lauren is that not only is she this amazing female business owner, but she's a performer as well, and an accountant. So you just to introduce Lauren to you. So she's a chartered accountant and registered tax agent, and she's on a mission to educate, empower, and motivate creative small business owners to be more organized, more informed, and most important, more profitable. State your business name and how you came up with that name, because it's very interesting.
So my business is The Real Thiel, and I'm Lauren Thiel, and our branding is the color teal. So I came up with this, actually, I was working for one of the big four firms, and I was out doing this massive audit and inventory test for them. And I was so incredibly bored, and I was away from home, and I just went, what is the point in this? And I decided, you know what, I've got all these friends and family and colleagues in the performing arts who want help and wish their accountant was more hands-on, and all these things. And I went, well, I could do that. So I that night registered a business name, The Real Deal. It just kind of came to me. I liked that I wanted to be the real deal. I wanted to be what my people were looking for.
When did you discover that you had both a very strong left and right brain?
I've got two things to say on that. One is actually I'm studying psychology at the moment, and this week we learned about the brain. And fun fact for everyone, we are technically all both. Obviously, we're using both sides of our brain, but I found it interesting that your left is a lot to do with reason, rationale, logic, and a lot of us actually have that even in the creative space. We can be quite, we tend to overthink more than anything, but we still are using that side. And I think there's a lot of self-talk that happens about I'm not good at numbers, or I don't know the right way forward, I'm bad at spending and managing my cash. And some of those are really not true, and it just kind of creates a negative money mindset, which can then sort of become a self-fulfilling prophecy. So my new mission, or additional mission moving forward, is going to be to really learn the science behind that to then help my clients shift the way that they're thinking about and then behaving with money.
What was your journey in kind of balancing your performer life with a business life?
That we can do all things, we just can't do all things all at the same time. So perhaps you needed to build this foundation of the business to then, maybe it's later, to be able to go and pursue something else, or to use that base to then make really smart decisions in your art form, because you can take a bigger risk because you have a solid foundation now, those sorts of things. So I think
what's your favorite thing about being your own boss, or your favorite thing about being a business owner? And what would you say are some of the key challenges you have in running your own business?
Partly that I can control my own time. That's one of the greatest things. I do work every day, but I don't do all the hours every day. So I don't really work to a time frame. I work for outcomes. I really like that part, the freedom and flexibility. The cost of that, of course, I was just chatting to somebody yesterday, and I don't remember the last time I had a proper holiday where I don't check anything, because if I do that, I come back, it's still all my inbox. All I did is have a break for a week, and now I have to do 2 weeks of work in 1 week to catch back up. So it defeats the purpose of having a break, kind of. So that is a challenge. I think having and managing a team, definitely great to have a team that is supporting you, but it is a challenge to manage workflow, communicate, motivate, train. You have to train somebody in order for them to be helpful to you. All of those sorts of things can be tough. I think my favorite thing, though, which sounds a little bit self-centered, but I don't care, is that when stuff goes right, I get the credit for that. That was my idea, that was my vision, that was my execution, that was you know, my branding, my communication, like my work, and that is equaled, you know, in my accolade, my money, my profit, my success.
If you were going to give 3 tips to creatives who have a creative business, what would your 3 tips be? Your accounting related tips, or any tips actually, just tips for business owners, someone who wants to start a business.
I think assuming, like, I mean, everyone's at different stages, right? But let's say it's like early days, or you're feeling really overwhelmed and confused about what to do and it's all a little bit much. I would recommend, even if you don't want to or can't afford to have a tax agent on the reg, you could just book a once-off consult. I think it would be one of the best investments that any small business can make, or anyone looking to start a small business. Have an hour, sit down, come prepared with your questions, and get everything like out of this person so that you can set it up right from the start, or to know the best next steps forward. So sometimes we'll have consults with people that are like, okay, how the hell do I get myself out of this giant debt hole that I've got? Or I think things are going really well. Can you help me to plan my tax? You know, it's 1 hour of investment. I don't need to be in your business every day to be able to hand you a whole bunch of value that will then keep you going for that next 6 months, 12 months, maybe forever. Number 2 would be, at the very least, is having a separate bank account for your business. If you do no other record keeping, I mean, you still need to have receipts and things, but at least you could export to Excel a really nice, neat summary of all the ins and outs that year. And then you can go through and tidy it up. That's what I think is your new base model, not a shoebox. Have one single bank account that is different, and that will be a really excellent start. Number 3, though, I want to drive as mindset. So I think I have been successful in my life and continue to, you know, invest or risk well and then see the rewards, because I've got this innate belief that money will continue to flow to me, and if I work hard I will earn more. And I didn't know that not everybody has those beliefs. Some people are like, I will never have enough, or they will have the belief that money could leave at any time, this could all just dry up, or I am bad at my money management. Any of these sorts of stories that we tell ourselves can actually really impact how we make decisions, what we do with our money, how we look after it or don't look after it. And so I think one thing would be like starting to build in some positive money mantras into your life, and I could really manifest those, really absorb them into your life until they become true beliefs. And as part of that is going, like, when people are like, dream big, it doesn't even need to be big. Just like know what you're doing, why you're doing it, and what you're targeting. So rather than it being about a budget, I like to flip it upside down and go, what is the life I want to live? What's that going to take? And give your creative brain the problem of how do I go get that money? Because you will.